All right. Hi, TB. I'm Crepuscle, and this is Azure Lane, Substellar Crepuscle event. So, okay, Manju curling, limited furniture. Oh, I think I know what this is. So, you basically hold it down, let go, and I failed. And not strong enough. Oof. Fail. Okay, that was bad. Alright, we can go into those a little bit later. Alright, well, let's get started on to the actual event. Well, that's interesting. Is it requiring me to do the... Well, is it requiring me to do the A stages first? That's strange. No. Oh, cool. We can get another one of these. I think I saw that. Nothing super interesting. Huh. Well, let's get into this actual story for now. Unknown test site. Wars around the sea of wreckages, Ironblood resistance, salvage fleet. Under the light of the stars, a small fleet of 3 ship girls was sailing forward cautiously. We're nearing the rising tide now, beyond your guard. Aw, man, I'm seeing wreckages already. This rising tide is a class 5. We've never seen anything like this. It is pretty amazing, but isn't it also the first rising tide we've seen this year? Could be the last for all we know. I hope we'll get some valuable salvage. That's what Rumsey's counting on. Things will get even worse next year if we don't find anything good. Don't worry though, the class 5 yields way better salvage than anything else. Let's not think about the danger and instead look forward to the surprises we'll find. Looks like a battle was fought here. Not that long ago either. Did she get here before us? That's no wonder why not even a single extra-dimensional showed up. She probably took lots of valuable gear and components. Going after Rising Tides is her only real choice, considering that she fights alone without any logistical support. Don't lose hope. No matter what she may or may not have taken, a Class 5 is sure to yield enough to satisfy all of us. You're right. Sorry, I shouldn't just blurt out everything that comes to mind. We're not strong enough to stop her from doing whatever she wants. Not that we want to do that anyway. Hey, Catastrophe, good to see you. Exactly, so we should be playing that she found what she wanted, if anything. Is there a person among the wrecks over there? What? There's a human being inside a rising tide? Oh my gosh, you're right. No sign of movement. Is that person even alive? Please be alive. Look, they moved. They're alive. Looks like that's the rising tide surprise for us. Let's go and help. Good to see a Catastrophe. How has this event treated you so far? After reviving Amagi inside the Nakara Singularity, the commander and the ship girl set about their home voyage. Although they made it back, it was not without incident. The commander blacked out numerous times and met a mysterious woman named Madame M. The biggest incident of all, though, was the commander's sudden and complete disappearance from reality at the celebration feast. In order to save the person most dear to them, the ship girls immediately got to work to figure out this abnormal phenomenon. Meanwhile, the commander also faced a choice that had to be made. Substellar Crepuscle. Sometime later, inside the rising tide. 60 pulls for the 3 girls, half of what it usually takes. That's not bad. Hey, you. Dots. Hello there. Oh, you can speak? A language you can understand, too. Awesome. Huh? Sorry for skipping introductions, but I must ask you some questions. Where did you come from, and what are you doing inside a rising tide? Actually, I'm not so sure myself. I just kind of woke up here. I'm not sure if this makes sense to you, but everything's kind of a blur. So, question catastrophe. When I first loaded into the event, I only had the option of doing A maps. Does that mean that there's no hard mode, or I have to clear out the normal mode maps before I get to hard mode? Ooh, the way they changed it. Sounds like a case of memory loss. I still remember some things, though. Just to make sure, have you ever heard of Test Site Alpha? Test Site Alpha? Girls, does that ring any bells? Nope. Sorry, me neither. Well, stranger, you showed up in a rising tide. Now you're asking weird questions. Are you a visitor from the beyond? From the beyond, meaning being from another world. Hard mode toggle on the bottom left of the window. Okay, I'll have another look. Come again? Another world? Is she pulling my leg? Some call your kind outlanders, though that term isn't exactly accurate. In any case, we've had lots of visitors from other worlds since ancient times. They were friendly and contributed greatly to the development of our planet. Seeing one in the flesh, though, that's a rare privilege. You're used to running into aliens. What a crazy branch I've wound up in. You're having trouble taking this all in, aren't you? Aren't you? You're talking to someone from another world, in your own words. Well, all we've heard are legends. The only beings from beyond we've seen so far, though, are the extra-dimensional monsters. Extra-dimensional monsters? Oh, let's save that topic for later. She dodged my question with little subtlety. I'm Duisburg. This ball of energy is C52, and this shrinking violet is Z9. Where were the Ironblood Duchy's resistance forces? Ironblood Duchy, okay. She gives me a gentle smile. So they're with the Ironblood, huh? Wasn't a duchy from what I remember, though. My name is Cronus Dare. I'm from a world branch known as Test Site Alpha. If I remember who or what I work for, I'd tell you. I'm fairly certain that I'm in the Navy and lead a fleet. Wait, so you're like a naval commander? Hell yeah! Rumsey's gonna be thrilled to hear about this. Mayor Cronus Dare, mind coming with us? Should I? Last person told me to sit and wait for rescue. Someone knew that we were coming. Yeah, I met Hipper before you girls came along. Oh, this is alternate history bullcrap? Wonderful. So, nothing fun. She said, and I quote, "Sit there all pretty and wait for rescue to arrive." Hipper? Admiral Hipper? You had a normal conversation with her? Holy smokes, Outlander or Commander. I guess you're incredible. Come again? Isn't she with you? She doesn't exactly see us as allies, I think. More like passers-by. While she speaks with a calm tone, her eyes betray an array of complicated feelings. A resistance movement, a strange meta, and even beings from beyond this dimension. This is getting more and more confusing. C-52, mind getting out your mass-produced ship? I'm taking the commander back. I could, but we'd be making a target on our backs if I did that. Fine, why don't you carry Cronus on your back then? Sounds fun, I'll do it. Please don't ever do something stupid just because it sounds fun. Exactly. What if you drop the commander? Good point. Are we leaving already anyway? We still haven't salvaged anything. No, obviously we're not. Also, I just had word with the HQ. They issued a mission to bring back some heavy-duty gear and at least a few. Gotta make most of the rising tide, then. We need to make back a slew of treasures. You said something about a mission? Scout out the rising tide, find safe routes, and lay groundwork for a large-scale salvage operation for the logistics team, I suppose. Bringing back valuable salvage wasn't part of our original plan, but if we're going to bust out a mass-produced ship, we can't come back empty-handed. Like Z-52 just said, we have to return with a haul of treasure. In other words, our job now is to find the most valuable equipment for our base and salvage it. I know you want to leave right now, but don't worry, we'll be out of here soon. Don't worry about me, just focus on finding your treasure. Treasures are considered treasure in this place. Interesting. Okay. Riding aboard Z-52's mass-produced ship, the three ship girls embarked into the rising tide and began salvaging materials. By the time the eastward sky turned bright, they made way for home, storage loaded full of salvage. Phew, we really managed to cover a lot. Dang, this was a huge haul. Rumi's gonna jump for joy. Yes, and there were even loads of good stuff among the things we couldn't salvage for now. I've marked it on the map so others can come finish the job. After an evening of hard work, the girls have all gathered in the ship's break room. Louisberg takes out 7 or so bottles and what looks like some bread and places them on the table. Wow, that's a lot of food. We're really treating ourselves tonight, huh? Of course, a smashing success of a mission deserves to be celebrated. Yay! That's a lot of food. Is there a food inside those bottles or something? Maybe an amnesiac, but this isn't like any feast I remember. No need to be shy, Commander. Come eat with us. Louisberg grabs a piece of bread with one hand and a bottle with the other. She squeezes the bottle, wringing out the paste-like contents onto the bread. I'm not going to try to pronounce that. It's Schweinschacks. Are you going to try it? That's what you call this? Even though the word doesn't ring a bell, or does ring a bell, I am still dumbstruck. You could argue it smells like Schweinschacks, but the bottle serves as a substitute for a can. But the paste in question, could you really call that food? What's up? You look like you've never seen a squeeze tube before. I know what you're thinking. Sorry, you won't find the real deal anywhere around here. Rest assured, it is Schweinschacks, even though it doesn't look or chew like it. Louisberg puts down her bottle, or whatever it is, and takes a bite of her condimented bread. Delicious. This is so good. Paying no heed to my state of disbelief, she spreads the Schweinschacks paste onto another piece of bread and presents it to me. Well, don't knock it till you've tried it, right? Unless it smells horrible. I accept the bread and bite into it. Initially, it just tastes like bread with mystery spread, but it gradually takes on the taste and texture of meat. What did I tell you? Pretty good, right? It's mass-produced synthetic food, but it does taste amazing. This bread isn't any ordinary bread either. It changes taste according to what type of paste you put on it. Oh, also, I wouldn't recommend using more than one flavor of paste at a time. With a smile, she opens several of the bottle tube things in succession. Somehow, it actually starts to smell like there's a lavish feast on the table. Got lots of questions, don't you? Let's hear them while we dig in. Yeah, things don't look good around here. Dots. What's this resistance thing? To do that, I need to provide a bit of backstory. The Ironblood Resistance is fighting an enemy that we call the Extra-Dimensionals. Around 150 years ago, a meteorite crashed into our planet. Okay. That tracks. Hardly anyone noticed it at first, but then hostile white creatures emerged from the sea. They attacked so suddenly that they devastated every major faction in the world overnight. Ever since then, the survivors have been doing their best to fight back. The duchy we serve is among them, but it's only one of humanity's forces. There are many people outside the resistance who also fight the good fight, and of course, there are still governmental bodies in existence. Some of them are spread out deep inland, while others hide out on islands like we do. On islands, isn't it much harder to defend against a seaboard enemy compared to staying inland? It is. We ship girls excel at fighting in sea, though, so yeah. Also, our outposts aren't just some normal islands, they're former naval bases. We also have giant weapons that can't be produced anymore, and installations that can handle both stealth and defense. Sort of like mirror seas. Okay, that tracks. Might be hard to imagine it all, but you'll understand when we get there. Dots. What's this rising tide thingy? It's a phenomenon where wreckages rise out of the sea in large numbers. Ah. It occurs so frequently you've given it a name? Yeah, it happens when you have a war that's lasted as long as this one. A lot of bases have been lost, seas captured, and forces defeated in that time. Most of the wreckages are pretty old, though. Hoping for an Imperial German event, and did get one in a way. Yeah, yeah! It sounds like this is a rather different take on what happened to the Iron Blood. As the extra-dimensional strength grew, they took over the starry seas and used them as their bases. Waters changed with their occupation, leading to strange stuff happening. Rising tides is one of them. They appear randomly across the world, bringing back heaps of old wreckages to the surface. The things we salvaged earlier were made in the early stages of the war, judging by the advanced tech. Thank goodness the rising time came. It brought us a lot of good stuff. Wait, advanced tech? Are you saying that the technology was more advanced then than it is now? The world of difference. That's why we're extremely grateful when they happen, as long as it's not near a base. Heck, the tide even brought you to us. Who's this Romney person? Oh yeah, we mentioned her a few times, didn't we? Her full name is Fritz Rumi. She's the leader of our resistance. She's a ship girl like you, I assume? You bet. The resistance has to fight on the very front, and no ordinary human being could shoulder the heavy burden of her position. In fact, most factions in the war have a ship girl for a leader. Rumi in particular is a badass and super strong. That about sums it up. We've already told her about you, so you'll meet her soon enough. What an honor. Relaxed mood carried on while the warship sailed forward without incident. On the way, I saw a handful of desolate islands emitting a strange glow dotting the landscape. Duisburg told me those islands used to be strongholds belonging to the Resistance. However, they were attacked with radioactive weapons and the soil was permanently contaminated. Ship girls don't last long in irradiated environments, to say nothing of humans. They did have deradiation equipment, but wear and tear finally broke the last serviceable one 20 years ago. As such, the island had to be abandoned. Following that, they became no-go zones, effectively treated as the same as bases belonging to the extra-dimensionals. Boy. Hours passed on board, the evening sun shines, and the air in front of the warship seems to bend. Then, without any warning, the number of cross-shaped objects appear in the air. Commander, we've entered our mirror sea. Those things they're our outer periphery defenses. Pretty cool, huh? Mechanical giants hang in the light of the setting sun, making not much as a peep. Their appearance do not jog anything in my memory, and I cannot even imagine what function they possess. They're what we call the Eternal Stars. They, along with the Mirror Sea, are relics that have been here for over 100 years. It's a mystery how they still work. Not only are they mind-blowingly sturdy, but they also possess exceptional camouflage. It's for those reasons that Rumi picked this location for our base. Word of advice, though, don't get too close to them. They're simply following ancient programs. All we can do is provide upkeep. Anyone who comes too close without maintenance permissions is regarded as a hostile, so... Anyway, see that building over there? Off in the distance, a massive island rests in the water. Though not as dropping as the Eternal Stars, the building that sits in the island center still commands awe. That's Resistance's headquarters. Ah, finally a landmark. Home sweet home. Okay, well, I think at this point, we'll pull. Alright, first off, Okay, we are full of crap. So let's just retire. We'll get rid of these two, so I at least start with 3 10 pulls worth of space. Okay, so we're looking for Fritz Rumi, Duisburg, and Z11, and maybe Kepper if she decides to grace us with her presence. Let's effing go. Norfolk, Pensacola, Unicorn, Aquila, Illustrious Chan, Ranger, Norfolk, Pensacola, Chicago, Hermes. Okay. Nobody probably on the first two. Dorsetshire, Shropshire, Langley, Peter Strasser. Okay. Bogue, Portland, Long Island, Portland, Hornet, Langley. Okay, that's 2 10 pulls, no event girls. Great. Shropshire, Bogue, Pensacola, Long Island, Ticonderoga, U552, excuse me, 522, Chicago, Norfolk, Little Zeppelin, Kent. Okay, that's one big F. Let's just quick retire. Yeah. A lot of CV ships. Kent, Langley, Norfolk, Chicago, Portland, Kent, Portland, Kent, Suffolk, Crepuscle. What the heck is this? Ooh, 435? Okay, what could that be? Kent? Oh, that's Graf Zeppelin. Darn it. Crepuscle, Crepuscle, Norfolk, Chiyoda, Kent, Northampton. Streamer account bugged, Langley, Ranger. The heck is going on? I'm pulling on the right banner. 60 pulls? No, well, 50 pulls. But no event girls? What the heck is this? Shropshire, Portland, Bogue, Chicago, Northampton, Shropshire, Kent, Pensacola, Ranger, Shropshire. Okay. What the heck? What room am I in? Let's go to room... Wait a minute, I can't change the room I'm in? Oh, there we go. Okay. Let's see if that does anything. I'm still at 30 deck capacity. Langley, Kent, Suffolk, Norfolk, Enterprise, Kent, Dorsetshire, Suffolk, Portland, Langley. Holy heck. Hermes, Kent, Norfolk, Lexington, Illustrious, Duisburg. Okay. Well, finally, one of them. I think I pretty much pegged her as the Ara girls, so. Alright, finally. Ornithopter counterattack. And the battle starts, and every 15 seconds, summons Petrosaur model Ornithopter that lasts for 12 seconds. The Ornithopter fights in the battle and increases the ship's AA by 20% and evasion rate by 10% for 12 seconds. Ooh. That's pretty good. Evasion rate buffs are awesome. Leisurely battle plan increases the ship's firepower and torpedo by 15%. Every 20 seconds, fires a barrage. When the ship is in, gains the out of ammo debuff. Decrease the damage reduction effect of this debuff by 15% for this ship alone. Well, that's decent. Shame it doesn't apply to the fleet, but very much a mobster. She seems reasonably tanky for a light cruiser, too. Okay, Washington, what say you? No. Yes, you're in danger. And the fact that her name is beside the cities of Idiotsville and Eating, she fits. Okay, that's got to be a German joke. Alright. Northampton, Pensacola, Long Island, Chicago. Hooray! We finally got one of the four in 80 pulls. At least I know I'm pulling on the right banner. Sheesh. Kent, Chicago, Langley, Portland, Pensacola. I-19, who's freaking adorable, but not the ship girl I want to see right now. Langley, Vogue, Chicago, another Enterprise. Okay. That brings us back to 3 10 pulls worth of space. 3 hours, that's a unique time. Vogue, Centaur, Norfolk, Vogue, Portland, Long Island, Kent, Norfolk, Crepuscle, Long Island. Wow, I'm halfway to pity, and I've only got one of the 4 girls. What the world? Did I use all my luck up on Zenless Zone 0 yesterday? Bogue. Chicago. Suffolk. Chicago. Another Chicago. Here we go. Okay. I like her design. Her art design, at least. She's kind of all over the place, though, stat-wise. Dauntless Wings of the Hero. When this ship launches an airstrike, 100% chance to launch an additional special airstrike that reduces the speed of enemies hit by... Okay, so this... So we have to wait for this airstrike barrage to hit a target to slow. Oh boy. I don't like this skill. I don't like this skill at all. I know she has 840% fighters, but this is crazy. This makes it very hard to coordinate with Bismarck. And given that the speed reduction effect is increased to 60%, means that she's designed to work with Bismarck. Well, the ship is afloat. Okay, that's her cross barrage. I saw her skill in the data mine, but I didn't realize it was based on the airstrike hitting. Oh my god, that's terrible. Alright, Ruinous Blade of the Slayer. Every 10 seconds, fires a special barrage. This ship has a CL main gun equipped in her third main weapon slot. Set the CL main gun's detection range and range to 105. It makes its shells penetrate enemy shields, which, wow, that's nice. While the ship gains a special CA main gun. When the CA main gun hits the same enemy 8 times, increases that enemy's damage taken by 8%. That's not bad. I think she'd be useful as a mob fleet ship in Worlds 13 and 15. A movable Heart of the Juggernaut. Increases the ship's AVI and accuracy by 15%. While this ship sinks an enemy while she's detected, sets the ship detection gauge to 0. Okay. That's pretty nice. I like the detection gauge reset. You can activate it up to 3 times per battle. So that's useful for keeping your DPS up. Okay, Washington, what say you? First Pole Gang, I wish. Welcome back. German Engineering. Leg lock. Yeah, bad. Okay. Alright. Even if you were her Rebiscuit 2, 60% slow is the same as Ark Royal and Admiral Nakamov. It sucks. Yeah. Oh man, I had such hopes for her too. I was hoping she'd be a side grade to Implacable. Because we could use another ship that's as good at slowing as Implacable. But it's not to be. Alright, moving along. Norfolk. Chicago. Kent. Pensacola. Okay. So I've got Brits, Rumi. I should get used to calling her Rumi. Louisburg. We're waiting for Z11 now. Okay. Come on, Z11. Lesser. Hermes. Another Hermes. Ranger. Pensacola. Kent. Akashi. Kent. Oh man. What's with this lock? I don't get it. I really don't. Long Island. Okay. And oop, I need to retire one more Boolin. Now we're back up. Come on, Z11. Frickin' elite. She's a bad side grade to... Oh, you're talking about Yorktown 2 and Nakamov as a damage dealer, not as a slower. Portland. Chicago. Suffolk. Kent. Portland. Langley. Houston. Essex. Hermes. Northampton. Yeah, I mean, with 8 fighters and her barrages, she's probably a badass with rocket planes. Long Island. Hermes. Long Island. Norfolk. Ranger. Pensacola. Kent. Portland. Pensacola. Langley. Holy hell. Long Island. Ranger. Another copy of Duisburg. Oh, another ship that calls with Mandy. I don't think we have many Ironblood Garus. I mean, we have that sub from earlier. But yeah, she's got some art going on. Some art. Alright, I'm not expecting much out of this one. Shocking Shield. Deploys 2 shields that negate enemy shells, which is a freaking useless skill. Battle starts if there's another Ironblood ship in your vanguard. Increases your vanguard's firepower by 10%, torpedo by 10%. Okay, that's not terrible. Simple yet flashy, do it yourself. This ship fires your torpedoes. 50% chance to fire another wave of torpedoes, so double torpedo skill. This effect does not activate. Deploys mines. Okay. Okay. I'm dreading what Washington has to say. That's not terrible. Yeah. Okay. That's not terrible. Washington degenerates, I'm proud of you this time. Northampton, Shropshire. Casino! A copy of Casino? Why is Casino on this banner? Oh my god. And Akagi-chan. Okay, this was a massacre. 150 pulls. Damn. Glad I got extra coin for this. At least I didn't have to go all the way to pity, but still. My god. Okay. GZ1 and the other Z ship have triangle buffs for each other. Yeah, I mean, that could be useful. And we'll retire 2 more purple balloons for dock space. I ought to just buy more dock space, bring it up to 800. Whatever. Okay. So how many... Okay, I need 1 more. It's nice having so much of the specialized core that I can basically buy an infinite number of rainbow boolins. You're pretty high on both Spritz Rumi and Z52. Okay. I don't know. I'm disappointed. I'm willing to have my mind changed, but I'm disappointed. Alright. Let's get them all in the dorm. Oh, it's only 3. Whatever. What the heck have you got getting piled on with? Okay. Just sipping, blushing. Okay. Cute nightcap. She likes the bath. And she dances with her ornithopter. Okay. You're swinging your anchor around. And you don't like being headpit. Whoa! Look at the sword spinning. Interesting. She's like sitting. She sleeps well. She's kind of frowning in the bath. Look at her rock out. That's a good dance animation. You're kind of neutral. Look like you're pouting. And she's playing a violin. Interesting. Oh. Neat. Okay. Let's go to Rumi. Oh. Oh, no, you are on the proper thing. I think Rumi will end up doing more damage than expected from her secondary and ghost guns since they have 120 range. Maybe. I mean, if she has the range to hit a boss, that 8% damage taken debuff is nice. Alright. Okay. Let's limit break her. 217, 248. It's German for something, and I don't know what it is. 47. I wish I didn't have to type in codes for stupid rainbow boolins. 865-274.
Good.
Nailing the D3 boss consistently with her guns, though I'm not sure if the boss has a bigger than usual hitbox. Good means good. Okay. I was assuming that, but I'm not good with languages. I'm glad someone around here is. Oh, and I need to equip her. Alright. Oh, that's right. I could do that. Says something that I haven't used Admiral Nakamov for anything since I leveled her to 125. Okay. That one semester of German back from Uni is proving to be more useful than expected. I'll bet. Let's see. Chalkov doesn't need that. I'll snag that from Admiral Nakamov until I need her for something else. And I might as well use a hunting bow. That ought to be a pretty decent leveling fit. And we're not required to fit 8 fighters on her if we don't have to. I don't know. This time join tag is useful. Let's put 2 more girl. Oh, am I still in time joint sorted? Yeah. Let's fix that. I am running out of ships to level in the dorm. Let's put you 2 back in. I don't know what my leveling fleet's going to be just yet, but Romy's definitely going to be part of it. Alright. So I'm not seeing a toggle that lets me go to hard mode. Am I just blind? Oh. Okay. Why did they do that? Okay, so... what destroyer to level? Let's concentrate on destroyers. Oh... You know what? I could just do Ironblood and do Z47 here. What's your skills again? I think you're torpedo-based, aren't you? Ironblood weapon equipped. Torpedo efficiency. Firepower and torpedo. Light armor buff. Okay. Are you one of those that can equip CL guns? You are not. Okay. That should count towards the Iron Blood gear requirement. I think she's heavily torpedo based though. Look at that torpedo stat on a Iron Blood destroyer. That's rare. So let's give her a hammer. Okay, while I'm thinking of it. And let's add a CL just because. Oh. Do I even have any Iron Blood CLs? Well, yeah, I do. Okay. Got Nuremberg and Elbing. I don't have Elbing's skills trained. How about Nuremberg? I don't have her skills trained either. Damn it. Let's just do this. We'll put Friedrich Karl in there. Okay, then let's put my babysitters in. No, with 8 fighters, I could probably put Rumi in as the AVI flag on the babysitting fleet. You know what, let's put a Magi in there. She's probably got a better cross barrage than Implacable does. And Unzen to finish it off. I'm not going to bother with subs. Alright, let's see Rumi in action. This way you don't need to clear C1 to 3 and D1 to 2 to access D3 though. What do you mean? Oh, I see where you're getting at. You can do normal mode. And do clear out all of the normal maps, then swap to hard mode for D3. I gotcha. Okay, I get where you're going. Oh, I forgot to put those two in the dorm. I'll do that after this fight. Friedrich Karl was already there. Let's put Z47 in. Is that what you did, Catastrophe? Extra mission for 3-starring C3 and D3. Okay. They've really been working on trying to streamline the event process, though, haven't they? I think the heavy cruiser barrage is coming from Rumi. You look. Yeah, see that wave of 3 heavy cruiser V shots? I think that's Rumi's barrage. Around Ghost CA gun. Yeah. It seemed to be, and she seemed to be reaching even with the skill untrained all the way out to the back of the map. Absolute abomination in real life, but pretty useful in Azure Lane. Now, I don't make the mistake of confusing Azure Lane mechanics with either real life or things like WoW mechanics. I remember a guy on Discord keeps confusing WoW mechanics with Azure Lane mechanics, and it's like, dude, they're 2 different games. You can't apply them. Original Bismarck secondaries are 80 range for comparison. Yeah. That's why I was saying I think she'd be useful in the mob fleet in World 13 and 15. Although, to put her in place, we'd have to give up a healer. $90 for Biscuit and $120 for Rumi. Extra-dimensional horde. So, I just realized we've basically been isekai'd. I think we had a bit of a time skip too. Kind of, yeah. Oh, the lead-up event to this was interesting from a lore perspective. We didn't die in the beta timeline. No, we just got transported. Oh yeah, the stereotypical truck coon. Yeah, no. Some isekais involve dimensional bullshit, not necessarily being reborn in another world, so... I personally don't find dying and being reborn in another world to be a requirement for isekai story, the isekai trope. Oh shoot. There's a reward for 3-starring C3 and D3, right? I remember having a good impression of Z47's kit when she was released. So far, she's been doing pretty decent. So let's backtrack a little bit. Z52. Light armor, 2.8k HP, 121 firepower, that's pretty good for a gun-based destroyer. 492 torpedo, that's very high for an Iron Blood destroyer. 274 AA, that's excellent AA stat for a destroyer. That's getting close in, that's into Eagle Union more modern destroyer ranges. 232 reload, which is good. 210 accuracy, good. 269 evasion, that's good. 43 speed seems pretty high. 50 luck. 149 Azur. Azu's kind of meh at this point. Let's see. She gets the AOA barrage requirement cut in half as her limit break B3 bonus. 1 DD gun, but 170 efficiency, that's pretty good. Kind of surprised she doesn't have the option to equip CL guns though. 125% torpedoes, not terrible, but still going to be pretty good with the 492's torpedo stat. 150% AA gun, that'll perform well. So if you want to run an Iron Blood fleet in World War XIII, she's at least an option. She's not specifically oriented for AA, but she's not bad at AA. Every time she fires her main gun, trigger a barrage. It's an enemy with Mark of Thundering Fire debuff. When the topmost main fleet ship launches an airstrike or fires a salvo, clear the mark and inflict the enemy with 5% damage taken debuff for 10 seconds. Okay. That's interesting.
の勝利に過ぎん。指揮官、うぬぼれるような真似をせず、引き続き励
Probably
む。
wants the gold single gun for maximum rate of fire. Maybe. I might put the twin 113 on her. Or heck, maybe not the twin 113. The Sakura Rainbow DD gun would be pretty decent too. Or Mogador's gun might be a nice option, but I think that has a slower rate of fire. Skill 2, plus 50% firepower and torpedo. That's impressive. Every 3 main gun shots, plus 10% AA, max 5. So she could get plus 50% AA buff. Okay, never mind. She is specialized towards AA. Excuse me. And she gets another barrage at 25 seconds. Okay. That should 3-star it for us. When at max stats, gain an additional special AA gun. Okay, yeah, she's probably the most AA-oriented Iron Blood Destroyer we've got in the game. Okay, blue skill. Self minus 50% damage taken. That's impressive. She's got the flagship cover skill, minus 25% flagship damage taken. That's nice. Every 6 main gunshots, heal self 1% HP. Every 2 times HP is restored this way, trigger a barrage. Interesting. Every first 3 times this barrage is triggered, additionally heal 2% to the lowest percent HP ship in the fleet. Okay. I'll probably want to experiment with her. Oh, wait. Just wanted to compare them. So 6.16 seconds slower. But this does like 4 times the damage. This also gives a much higher AA stat buff, which she would actually like. Modifiers are also better. I don't know. When you're talking 16 hundredths of a second on a ship that actually has good firepower stats, is it really worth doing this gun instead of this gun? And of course, Z47 has less reloads, so the refire rate would be even higher. Although 19, it's about where it should be, but I also have the same reload buff on her. I don't know. Anyway, let's do some story. The next day, It was late by the time I arrived at the base, so I was promptly escorted to the guest room. Now it's the next day, and I'm going to meet Fritz Rumi at lunch today. Before that, though, I got a call from Duisburg on my communicator. Good morning, Commander. It's Duisburg. I've made a few discoveries that I thought you should know about. Our engineers found some rather valuable components among the things we salvaged yesterday. These will let us finally accomplish our goal of fixing our radiation purgers. We also managed to decrypt plans for improving the device from the data core of a science vessel. I heard those are going to really come in handy. Rumi has always had plans to reclaim the surrounding island bases if we manage to repair the purgers. Thanks to all these discoveries, we'll be able to put our big plan into action at once. The plan will be publicly announced today at noon. We'd love to have you come and listen. Once the announcement is done, I'll bring you to Rumi's office. Then you can talk secrets with her. Later, at noon. Ship girls gather at the base's square and hoist their banners. Atop the high ground, a woman clad in naval attire of Ironblood makes her gallant appearance. My compatriots, I presume you've all heard that a Class 5 rising tide has appeared. Yesterday, our scouting party returned from it with spoils in tow. With the equipment they recovered, we will finally be able to restore our 3 radiation purgers to working order. At last, we will be able to reclaim the surrounding bases that were lost. Yeah! The silent crowd erupts into cheers like a long-dormant volcano. However, Rumi raises her hand to quell their jubilation. It is not yet time to celebrate. The data core we recovered contains upgrade plans for the radiation purgers as well as blueprints for mass producing them. This means we will be able to reclaim not just our islands, but also restricted areas on the mainland. Yeah! The crowd cheers even louder than last time. Therefore, in 3 days, I will launch our first operation to reclaim our lost territory. First to be reclaimed will be Area IBAX-104, the Silberstern, the Silver Star. Our goal is to seize the island, restore the base's functionality, and establish a logistics line between it and our HQ. We must reclaim this island to secure vital materials needed for the upgrade of the radiation purgers. Furthermore, it will serve as the springboard for future recapture operations. Rumi's announcement continues. Her briefing on the salvage mission turns first into a series of operation announcements, then into specific orders for her troops. These rapid-fire proclamations had me confused at first, but it makes sense now that I think about it. This is their forward operating base, so I assume everyone here is involved somehow. Once the announcements wrap up, Duisburg escorts me to Rumi's office. The leader of this place just finished her speech. Now I will speak to her face to face. You must be the Outlander, Cronus Adair, or should I say, Commander. I've been told about you. Did your memories return to you following a night's sleep? I shake my head in response. Without any change in expression, she cuts to the chase. I'll get straight to the point. Would you consider joining us? You've seen around the base. We need every pair of hands we can get. You would be of extraordinary great help to us, especially considering your ties to the other Outlanders, the Sirens. Unfortunately, I cannot promise much in the way of tangible resources in exchange for the knowledge and intelligence you possess. However, if you work with us, I promise that you will be treated as an ally of the Resistance. No, more than just that. You're an excellent leader, I've heard. I will also give you our highest degree of trust and the space to fully display your tactical ingenuity. Naturally, if you wish to join another one of humanity's forces, I will not stop you. Still, in personal and official capacity, I sincerely hope you will choose to stay with us. Please, Commander. Frank was a distinct request. It's hard to say no when she's pleading so earnestly. And we're here, and it'd be freaking hard to get anywhere else, so... You sure know how to proceed, Rumi. Alright. So, let's do a quick calculation. So, every 5 main gun shots, she gets an all-out assault and a torpedo barrage. 7, 1, 5. So that's every 3.55 seconds she triggers a barrage. And every 4.26 seconds she gets that 1% heal. Whereas if it was the 0.55, it's 2.75 seconds for each all-out assault. And every... Oh wait, that can't be right. Every 3.3 seconds she would get a heal. I don't know. We're talking 2.75 seconds versus 3.55 seconds on the AOA, and 4.2 seconds versus 6.5 seconds. No, excuse me. 3.3 seconds versus 4.26 seconds on the heal. I'll have to run some tests. I'm not sold on the single gold gun being better just because it procs her AOA and heal. I'm willing to consider it though. But when we're talking about differences of less than a second, I don't know. 1-4. Following the conclusion of my meeting with Fritzrumi, I formally became a member of the Resistance. Not that I have much of a choice, though, given I am stranded in this world. On the bright side, they did have knowledge pertaining to my situation that they could share. The records I've read say that cases like yours, an outlander suddenly vanishing into thin air, have happened numerous times before. Popular theory from the time is that the outlanders returned to the worlds whence they came. Since that is the case, I think you needn't worry about returning home for now. As for what comes next, we'll take it one step at a time. We also discussed the threats that this world faces, that being the so-called extra-dimensionals. The way they were described remind me of X. Their surface level looks are different, however. To find out more, I'll just have to fight them and see for myself. I also brought up the Antiochus, and the response was interesting. Antiochus? I've never heard that word before. An unexpected alias for the Sirens, to be sure. If you want information on them, I can provide that. For when you trace things back to their origin, they are inextricably linked with the development of our world, as well as my very birth. Rumi told me that the Sirens appeared out of nowhere in this world roughly 200 years ago. In stark contrast to the extra-dimensionals, they came in peace. It was thanks to these friendly aliens that the world's technological development accelerated exponentially. As time went on, however, even the Sirens weren't spared from the hostility among the factions of the world. They were divided as well, sometimes even getting pulled into small-scale conflicts. Even so, humanity believed that this golden age of rapid development for civilization would continue forever. And so it did until the extra-dimensionals struck. As soon as their existence came to light, the whole world united under the banner of the Sirens and fought countless battles, until the Sirens' ultimate defeat. Yet, despite their victory, the extra-dimensionals strangely went no further. Their advance halted, and their power even seemed to subside. That's interesting. Care about the heal, I care about the slash at each 12 main gun mount shots. Slash? Oh, okay. The blue skill. Every 2 times HP is restored this way, trigger a level 10 area pattern slashing barrage. Okay. Have you seen good stats of that slash or something? That is how humankind's resistance organizations have managed to survive up until this day. Knock knock. Mandy, you there? Z11, another member of the resistance, knocking on my door. What's up? You haven't had dinner yet, have you? Nope. Nobody eats dinner at 4 in the afternoon. Good, perfect. See, Duisburg is throwing a welcome party and you're invited. Welcome party for who? For you, duh. You're the great guest of honor, so you can't, like, not attend. Well, the girls would be literally heartbroken. So you coming or not? Of course I'll come. Lead the way. Wait, huh? Don't you, like, know where our hideout is? Why would I? Right, of course. I guess I just, have to escort you. Gotta make this quick as possible. Huh? Okay, I'm all good. Let's get going. Something fierce inside her suddenly breaks out, and she drags me back out of the bleak room at breakneck speed. Sometime later. Oh, and there was a point I was going to make. So looking at this, it looks like the Sirens decided to support humanity and build them up to fight the alien invasion, then lead humanity against the aliens. What's very interesting, though, is the aliens stopped after they beat the Sirens. Which has interesting implications. Very interesting implications. Anyway, sometime later, on a beach you could hardly call pretty, Duisburg and her friends stand silently while watching the sunset. Oh, there's the commander in Z11. You finally showed. My work here's done. Can I go home now? Come on, you serious? You're already here, so what reason do you have not to stick around for the party? You're doing the thing again, aren't you? Z9, are you attending? I mean, it's for the commander, so... Oof, of course. Fine, I'll stay. Sweet. What thing? Your face screams completely obvious. Let me explain. Look over here, what do you see? Duisburg points to a fairly large island sitting in the periphery of the HQ. Two are connected by a bridge, and on that island sits a great structure that rivals the headquarters building in size. That's our energy tower. It's our lifeline that powers not just the whole base, but also the mirror sea and the eternal stars. They say it's home to many secrets that still haven't been uncovered for many years, so it's just been left sitting there. Is that where your hideout is? What? No, it's got something to do with what we're about to do, though. I'll let you in on a secret. There's a fish farm inside the tower. Seriously? Yeah, since you're not keen on tube food, I was planning to politely borrow some fish to grill. By politely borrow, you mean steal? It's called taking with appreciation. Okay. He smiles a gentle smile. Alright, how are you going to return the fish? Unless she plans on having us regurgitate them like birds. Ew. It doesn't matter as long as the population doesn't shrink. She maintains her unwavering smile. I'll spawn more sooner or later. Dots. So you want to come with and borrow some? Well, it sounds fun. I could use some work experience in this world. Thought as much. Time to set off. Here we go. My theory is that this is a timeline where the Saiyans trying a more friendly approach instead of a more aggressive one. Yeah, that's pretty much what my thoughts were. Still interesting. Ooh, good job, everyone. Have some coffee. Fish will be done in just a minute. Your clothes should be dry now, too, Commander. Those are some lively fish, huh? Operation Polite Catch was a success and fun. When was the last time I had this much fun? Damn it, I really can't remember because of this cursed amnesia. I messed up. Help, help. What happened? I threw some gasoline on there because the fire was looking weak and, well, our food's getting burned. Oh, for crying out loud, I said not to do it yourself. One moment, Commander, I'll deal with this. And so many of the members of the Resistance had a fun night together and burned fish, apparently. Three days passed in the blink of an eye. The time to fight has finally come. Commander Cronus Adair, Rumi has directed me to relinquish command of this fleet to you. One thing about Duisburg, that skirt is dangerously short. But given the fact that this is your first mission, may I serve as your second in command? I'd be happy to have you. Duisburg knows a million times more than I do about these seas and so-called extra-dimensionals. I wouldn't dream of turning down an offer like that. Heh, I'll make sure to do you proud. Z-52's recon fleet is en route from Numbers to 110, and Rumi has already set sail with the remaining fleet. The amphibious and escort fleets are still on standby. As for our own hunting fleet, our job is to secure the supply route for 104, eliminate every enemy in sight, and collect samples. To think that we would need a sample from an extra dimensional of all things to fix our radiation purgers. 104 is vast, but it's been been relatively safe. Weekend shows nothing out of the ordinary as of 8 hours ago as well. Well, isn't that convenient? It really is safe, then dispersing our fleets makes much more efficient search, yes, but something's fishy. Anyway, we'd best get going. No main fleet, just Duisburg. Yeah, I definitely agree with your theory there, Catastrophe. I just think that the aliens stopping once the sirens were eliminated was very interesting. After a smooth journey to 103, we ran into them, the extra-dimensionals. Kaboom. Roar! That's one heck of a horde. Is this what you call safe? Not at all. This is the most we've seen in years. But why today? Commander, I urge a swift retreat. We can't fight off those numbers. Agreed. Give the order to all ships to cover each other's immediate retreat. Contact your allied fleets and HQ as well. Rumi needs to stop the mission at once. Roger that. So if we connect the dots, everything goes back to that meteor that landed. And that got cube research started, which split between Kansan and Antiochus. So my guess would be the aliens are after the cube tech, or lured in by the cube tech for some reason. Rawr! As time passed, the horde only grew in number. Things had turned from hopeful to hopeless in practically minutes. We needed everything in our power, but we lost contact with ship after ship. Even retreat seemed an unlikely luxury at this point. No, why did it have to be today of all days? Why? A mission that we'd expected to be an easy success had ended in tragedy. Duisburg's voice trembles from pain, sadness, and regret. Commander, we're done for, aren't we? I'm sorry for getting you involved in this, Kaboom! Deathly silence fills the air. Dots. Am I dying right here, this easily? I haven't accomplished anything. I haven't been able to get my memories back. This is how it ends. Kaboom. Reverse Reapers that call sentient AI life forms. But then they'd go after the ship girls, because they're basically AI. I don't know. Amidst the explosion of the mass-produced ship, my consciousness is thrown into the empty abyss. Shuffle. Then I hear the sound of card shuffling. Time, unknown. Location, unknown. In a giant ship, one blue-haired girl gazed upon the galaxy before her. Sakura and NA Ocean Singularity are connected, and the commander did enter the Singularity. Something's tampering with the exit. Memphis is off on another test site, and the commander is missing. No, it's as if test site Beta has become an illusion altogether. I can't find it anywhere. Where's the real test site Beta gone? Uh-oh, our world disappeared. Helena's cold eyes showed a hint of pain. Passive radar and regular scans show no abnormalities. Our defenses haven't come up with any modifications either. Not for the tower's resources being diverted to active scanning. I never would have seen through the test site's camouflage. Something transferred the real Beta elsewhere. The ability to not just change its coordinates, but to make branch-sized illusion and even jam the tower's observational capabilities? There's no doubt about it. The Empress and the Magician. So they've teamed up. Okay. The glint in her eyes turned even colder. Soulless beings lurking in the dark, coveting the commander. Add another grudge to this long-simmering hatred. Very well. Let's have at it, then. Jinsu, it's me. Okay, Helena, what secrets are you keeping from us? Sardinia Empire, former World Expo venue, Sakura Empire Pavilion. We're back here again. After the commander's disappearance, Akagi led the fleet who escaped from Nakara to Sardinia, hoping to get Amagi some necessary recuperation. Sakura Empire Pavilion at the World Expo is left intact, owing to its popularity during the event. However, much like the other pavilions of the World Expo, Shinano's new quarters were even more than meets the eye. Barriers everywhere. Amazing that even the flowers in the garden are being cared for by the barriers. I couldn't have imagined that such a simple pavilion would be so complex. Perfectly defended as well. And would you look at that, it isn't just the building. There are layers going all the way to the earth and sky. Come on, Shinano. Are we sure this is a Sakura mansion and not some kind of Eagle Union doomsday bunker? This one only oversaw construction, not design. Oh, I suppose you're right. Now that we're inside, have you received any word from Yamato? Wait, please. She says the defenses are but a precautionary measure. Do not mind them. They prevent interference of the mind as well, so we may prepare without worry. She intends to perform the rite of return in 2 days, eliminating the corrosion in Nakara, undoing the disturbance of the world's concepts, reviving those who fell in battle. In the process, possibly even removal of the mental interference being done to the commander. But before the rite, we must find the rupture in the world that was created by the commander's disappearance. By repairing it with correct memories and concepts, those which only we have, we can greatly bolster our chance of success. Trading our Sakuran allies and rescuing the commander. 2 birds with 1 stone indeed. However, if the rite of return is only 2 days, that puts a lot of pressure on us to find and repair that rupture. Leave that to Helena and me. Information processing is what we do. That's right, I'd do that and more for the commander's sake. Of course, we all harbor the same love for the commander. Yes, but our skills are quite different. I guess? Ryoho and I will help too. Gladly. Let's us all endeavor for those we love. She says that it may help if we have objects that connect us to the commander. Objects that connect us? Oh! The brooch from Fluensu. No, better yet, the handkerchief I gave the commander. A handkerchief? Perfect. Our chances of success rise ever more. What a lucky little coincidence. Also, Yamato says that since Kaga's soul is sincere, she must be returned to normal soon. The mind will remain hers, but incorporated with the memories from beyond the limited scope of the sample. As long as I'm still me, I don't mind. We must begin preparing the right per Yamato's instructions. I must agree with my sister. Let's do our best to bring our commander back. I like how catty Akagi and Memphis are to each other. Yeah. Well, think about it. Akagi's got to be catty with somebody. The light recedes and I find myself in a bright classroom. The chill from my brush with death still lingers around me. The warm sunlight is enough to make me dizzy. What happened? Did I dream up all of that, or is this the dream? Hee, death is not at all a pleasant experience. Take your time getting used to it. So we did die. Great! A purple-haired woman walks forward from the teacher's podium, smiling as she does. I remember you in this classroom. I've been here before, haven't I, Madam M? Sounds like some of your memories are back. Can't remember much more than that, though. Are you responsible for my amnesia? They say that seeing an old friend's face can help an amnesiac recover some of their memories. Are you saying you're the old friend here? You don't feel like it to me. Don't? What a shame. So she says, yet there isn't the faintest trace of disappointment in her expression. Anyway, let's move on to discussing your current problem. Yes, let's. What in the world's going on? You remember the two things I guaranteed you? Right to search and the opportunity to choose? Are you ready to make your choice? There you go, talking nonsense again. How's that have anything to do with figuring out who I am? Depends on what you manage to take from your search. Take the sirens, for instance. What are your thoughts about them? Sirens, huh? Their arrival in that world ushered in a technological golden age, and they must have played an instrumental role in their battle against the invaders. Although their efforts ended in failure, the things they left behind helped with humanity's resistance. Wait, are you trying to hint that the sirens and those extra dimensionals are natural enemies, and that's why they were defeated? I'm not hinting at anything. I just love seeing your mind at work. What was it all then? An elaborate illusion you created for me? It depends on what you think. If you think it was real, then it was. If you think it was fake, then fake it is. Expressionless as always, she utters yet more esoteric drivel. Reality or fiction? This question isn't particularly important. Excuse me? I'm saying that it doesn't matter one way or the other to us. You're not concerned with the veracity of things, are you? This search came to a tragic end for you. Supposing that I said it was all real, what would you say then? I'd say I regret making such an atrocious mistake, but I'm grateful for being rescued. If I know more about the enemy and shared some thoughts with Rumi, I might have been able to concentrate our forces and achieve a different result. And if I were to tell you that it was all smoke and mirrors, would your thoughts on the matter change at all? No, but this and that are two different matters. If it was real, then it was a complete and irreparable tragedy. But if it was fake, then you could call it an extremely valuable simulation. Should I face a similar situation in the future, I'll have greater odds of weathering the storm thanks to what I learned there. This is the same thing. If you want to retry it, then just give it another shot and try something different. Why wait for the future to come? Oh, are we going to be caught in a time loop? What are you saying? I should revisit your illusion and make better choices? I don't remember saying it was an illusion. Well, if it was real, then what's done is done. How could I start over? That's what I'm wondering. What you should be thinking about is this. If you do get a chance to start over, will you take it? Of course I will. I'll keep on changing things until there's no more sadness. No! Oh, we're going Madoka Magica, boys. Oh. Okay. And that's what you should do. The light outside the classroom windows glows blindingly bright, enveloping everywhere in pure whiteness. You will always have freedom of choice. When you're not sure which choice to make, exhaust all options until you're confident in your answer. Oh, we're going the home route, aren't we? T equals T82. As the bright whiteness fades away, my consciousness is cast into the darkness. When I open my eyes again, I'm greeted by the ceiling of the break room, instilling in me awareness of the flow of time. The communicator by my bedside is blinking. I press the on button and hear a voice message from Duisburg. You've made a few discoveries I thought you should know about. Our engineers found some rather valuable components among the things we salvaged yesterday. These will finally let us accomplish our goal of fixing our radiation purgers. Okay, at least we didn't go all the way back to Hipper saying huh at us. She enthusiastically told me about the fruits of their salvage operation. It was all the same as before day 3. 6 a.m. I'm back just like Madam M said I'd be. Alright. Yep, time to same scum until we beat the big bad. Good night, Catastrophe. Talk to you later. Gotta make use of the second chance. 6 hours to go until Rumi's address. Nothing will change if she announces her operation and assigns missions just like before. That means 6 hours is all I have to alter Rumi's plans. A lot of things to do with a tight deadline to boot. First things first, coming up with a new strategy. Since I already had many ideas, I managed to finish the battle plan in roughly 3 hours. Next thing I did was call Duisburg and ask her to schedule my meeting with Rumi earlier. Although she was naturally stunned by my sudden suggestion, she nevertheless passed my word on to Rumi out of curiosity. Approximately 30 minutes later. A change in my operation plan. Since I already knew how she thinks, I rushed through the introductions before immediately presenting my revised plan. This is an interesting direction. My revisions focus on 3 things: concentration of forces, additional scouting of the area, and units committing to collecting samples. These will improve our probability of completing our main objectives at the cost of potential secondary gains throughout the operation. You came up with all of this solely because Duisburg called you? You must have been truly a one-of-a-kind commander prior to your amnesia. Needless to say, she's oblivious to the reasons behind this new plan. I decided not to say anything in response to her compliment to avoid introducing more complexity. Still, your plan seemingly takes the presence of an enemy ambush for granted. Why is that? Better safe than sorry. The opening phase of a counterplan is especially crucial. Her gaze holds me under scrutiny, but I calmly reply with my prepared response. She'd think I'm crazy if I told her I've already seen what's going to happen. My amnesia is cause for enough suspicion. Last thing I wanted was to declare myself a prophet. I see. Thankfully, my identity as a commander from a different time and place lends me enough prestige for Rumi to accept my proposal. Your plan is the most valuable one. I will include your changes to mine. Furthermore, I want you to command my main force during the operation in 3 days. Will you accept the responsibility? It would be my pleasure. Excellent. For choosing to stay with the Resistance, I am much obliged. Let us speak again later. Right now, I must concentrate on my address. Roger that. By the way, there's one more thing I want to discuss. Despite my slight hesitance, I tell her about my idea to investigate the Eternal Stars and gather intel on both our enemies and the Sirens. To my surprise, she readily approves. While my memories are hazy, I'm confident that I'm inextricably linked to the Anti-Axis systems. If I can get a full grasp on the weapons they left behind, there'll be a powerful insurance policy in the battles to come. What information we will gain from investigating the Eternal Stars over these 3 days will be key. Okay, I'm going to take a quick break. I will be right back. Okay, I'm back. After Rumi's public address, I asked Duisburg and Z52 to accompany me to the Eternal Star in the best condition. Following a quick voyage in a mass-produced ship, we now stand directly below the underbelly of the giant structure. It hovers soundlessly in the air, at roughly 10 meters above the surface. Hovering technology reminds me of the United Council's floating battleships, only more advanced. The structure dwarfs the likes of a battleship. This is the Eternal Star 1, the most intact of the bunch. We investigated this thing once we captured it, but we basically found nothing. Perhaps our ever-dependable commander will succeed where we failed, though. Smiling at me, Duisburg opens the doors of the container resting at the deck. Well, you first. What's this container for? The thing is floating on the air, remember? Last I checked, none of us here can fly. With a snap of Duisburg's fingers, a flock of drones that resembled dragons swooped down and hooked into the container's four corners. Wait, are you going to fly us up there in the container? What are those drones anyway? Ornithopter model IB-50, nicknamed Petrosaur. They were developed from rigging technology. Just call them Petrosaurs. Ornithopters, of all things. Well, applications aren't all that different from fixed-wings aircraft. Come on, let's head up. Sometime later, once we entered the structure, we were faced with a long corridor measuring 3 meters wide and 5 tall. At the end of it was an elevator, this time leading up to the star's central area. Here, there are no branching paths, no staircases, not even any doors. The outside fools you into thinking there's tons of spaces to explore. In truth, the layout is extremely simple, isn't it? I anticipated this would take 3 whole days. Now it seems we'll be done in half of one. That's Siren Structures for you. Closed, compact, and automated through and through. If Sirens hadn't accommodated for us, even this one hallway probably wouldn't exist. True. Those 7 pedestals over there, those are the control panels. Only the first is functional. The only thing it can do is open and close the passageway, grant and remove entry privileges, and alter the structure's alertness range. Oh, and toggle view mode on and off. Let me give you a demonstration. Your delicate hands run across the control panel. In a blink, the walls and floor turn transparent. Sunlight flows in from all directions, and the sea glows below us golden. Hee, this is the view mode. Pretty cool, huh? Feels like I'm floating in the sky. This unbelievable view seems to span to the edge of the world. Well, this is a great view. Don't you think the real purpose is to provide an optimal overview of the battlefield? Could be. Thing is, there's no one capable of controlling the Eternal Star in battle, so in practice it's basically just a viewing platform. I see. Breathing a sigh internally, I casually place my hand on the station's control panel. Access permission verified. A bang echoes through the whole corridor. The lights on the second control panel light up as though brought to life. I knew it. The Antiochus and I have ties. Holy, I can't believe it. Amazing job. No one's ever done that before. I've got to tell Rumi. Quick, check if it has any new functions. Pushed on by Z52, I walk over to the second station. I swiftly remember how to operate it. Let's see, this one has check system logs, initiate self-recovery, open cargo passageway, weapon systems overview, adjust interception mode, or even manual control of every individual weapon. So wait, you can control where to shoot? Holy crap, that's the 6th thing I've ever seen. Looks like opening the passageway will also let us fix the surrounding Eternal Stars. We'll even be able to bring back the ones that have been rendered inoperable. One thing is very clear, this will be a massive boost to the Resistance's combat abilities. You know, I'm really starting to admire you. What a magnificent surprise you have for me. I'm curious, is this star able to be repositioned? Should it be capable of autonomous movement and targeting, many more places will be opened up for capture to us. That might be asking too much. Looking at the data logs, it seems like the Eternal Stars are actually parts of an even bigger machine. They weren't built to be moved on their own. A bigger machine? This is news to me. Oh, I'm speculating here, but it's also possible the Mirror Sea and Energy Tower have something to do with this supposed machine. But unfortunately, some parts are still missing. They never did finish constructing it. Yes, that is unfortunate. It is much beyond our current capabilities to complete this machine of theirs. Even so, this is a monumental discovery for our forces. So something appears to be up with the Eternal Star 1. Did you initiate maintenance? Yeah, well, this one is in the best condition. The self-diagnostic I ran found heaps upon heaps of issues. Luckily, none of them are major. The maintenance should be done fairly soon. Dots. Rumi bites her tongue, seemingly holding back some emotion. I'll leave the rest to you, Commander. Thanks. I'll do everything I can. Operation starts in 3 days. Until then, I'll have to get the other Eternal Stars in good condition as possible. "3 days passed in the blink of an eye. The time to fight has finally come. Thanks to the revised strategy, we quickly discovered the main extra-dimensional force, concentrated our attacks, and defeated them without issue. The real surprise is the amount of samples we obtained, accomplishing the postponed mission in the process. Currently, the main fleet is sailing smoothly towards the Silberstern. Due to our emphasis on firepower this time, we had opted not to assign landing and escort fleets. Thus, total control and large-scale mining of the island were excluded from this mission's objective. After clearing out all the threats around the island, the main force would set up automatic mining stations to get only the necessary materials to fix the radiation purgers. This was another revision I'd made to the plan. Everyone, look! The mining site is up ahead! She points at a tall mountain on the edge of the island. The mountain is covered in debris instead of grass, giving it a metallic sheen. Come now, did you think we would be mining from a mine? We plan to mine mineralized energy, a special kind of ore that grows from metallic debris. It's one of the principal materials of energy cubes. Long ago, each faction cultivated high-purity mineralized energy and produced countless energy cubes. That boundless energy once powered our civilization's golden age. We only live in its afterglow today. Rumi lets a sardonic smile slip. Energy cubes? Why do I feel like I've heard of those before? 'Cause you have, dumbass! A ray of light shines at the far end of the ocean, seemingly beaming a flood of information into my mind. Thank God! The Energy Cube Standardization Summit ended today, making the results of the conference publicly available on the last day of its schedule. The summit designated the official international name of the Energy Cube as E-Cube, and also provided a series of standards for its production and utilization. Unlike with conventional energy sources, the most important thing about producing E-cubes is the construction of a complex synthetic container. Differences in specifications during the production process of this container will directly affect the quality of the resulting E-cube. After thoroughly analyzing all the data left in the polar decompilation project, our team has made remarkable progress in studying the material composition of E-cubes. The E-cube does not inherit the properties of the materials used to make it, but rather changes based on those materials. Simply put, an E-cube is more than the sum of the components used to make it. Of course, neither wood nor paper are suitable materials for the constructions of an E-cube shell. But with this knowledge, we once again open ourselves to countless new possibilities worth trying. Are these more the memories that I lost? All about energy cubes at that, and the people of this world use this material to produce energy cubes? What is this mineralized energy deal? That doesn't match my memories at all. The most important part of energy cube production was the construction of a complex synthetic container. Is that container the processed version of this mineral? I didn't get any more information after that, so I didn't arrive at any meaningful conclusion. Meanwhile, Rumi and her fleet set up their automatic mining machines, and their mining robots got to work. Counter operations off to a good start with this bounty of strategic materials. It looks like we're out of danger. For now. Beep beep. Urgent report. Can you hear me? What happened? Answer at once. It's really bad. The extra dimensions are at HQ. Kaboom. Launching a large-scale attack. We're on our way. Do everything you can to hold out until our return. Understood. Kaboom. Dots. There you have it. The mission's on hold. All forces, return at once. Alright. I'm going to take a quick step away. Well, I guess not. Rumi's resistance fleet rushed back to her headquarters at flank speed. Rumi, Commander, continuing along this direct route will bring us into treacherous waters. Treacherous waters? How much of a threat does this route pose to our main fleet? There's a level of risk, an acceptable level, though, given the size of our force. So you're saying? Every second counts. We stay the course. Roger that. Alright. I'm going to take a quick second again. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Kaboom. Roar. Oh no, we're going as fast as we can, but they're faster. This horde is even stronger than the last. Rumi, they're testing us and whittling away our forces all at once. They attack our headquarters and intercept us when we return to defend it. Something must be leading them, that's for sure. It's too dangerous to press on. Rumi, requesting a change of course. You think there's a chief out there? Those things don't show up often, ever since we lost to the Sirens. The last one was decades ago. I know that you're concerned, but you must be overthinking it. We're halfway through already, and we've sustained close to no damage. Your prudence is commendable, yes, but our defenses at HQ are thinned without our main fleet. You have no choice but to risk it. Keep moving forward, now! That thing's ugly. Boom. Commander, Rumi, the attacks from our flanks are too strong. Our formation is breaking. I will cover the rear. Have all ships reform 30 nautical miles ahead. Understood. I'll relay that at once. Commander, lead with the command ship and oversee the reformation effort. As soon as it's complete, proceed to base immediately. If they know our plans, then their next move... Rumi, are extra-dimensionals known to attack via self-destruction? They're beasts. They follow only their instincts. Never would they end their own lives for a greater goal. They flee in the face of overwhelming odds, and it's extremely rare for them to fight to the death. If they ever did self-destruct, it would be because their leader forced them to. Good lord. That can't. Kaboom! Amidst the explosion of the mass-produced ship, my consciousness is thrown into the empty abyss. We're dead again. Shuffle. Then I hear the sounds of cards shuffling. Hi, Madam M. Alright. We're gonna take a quick second. Do a little housekeeping. Okay, so I got Z11 skin of everybody's. Uh-huh. You'll do anything, huh? Okay. Oh. I forgot to set Fritz as secretary. I don't know. Do I want to buy that skin? Maybe. Okay. Alright, so it's these suckers that give me points for Z52. And you get those mainly by doing this thing. Well, that's part of it. It's not the whole thing. Let's see. Where else can we get those? Oh, okay. I remember this. So yeah, we get... But it's only 10 per. Okay. It's gonna take a while to farm. We can buy the vouchers, but they're freaking expensive. Okay. Yeah, it's coming back to me. Okay, so, story-wise, we're about halfway. I don't think I can get all of this done tonight. Okay, I am going to stream the next half of this tomorrow. I hope everyone that stopped by enjoyed the stream. We'll go back to our time loop story then. Until then, good night and good luck